Hello, Manong George here at may bago kaming setup. In today's video, tuturuan namin kayo at bibigyan ng mga tips on how to manage your money as an OFW dito sa UK. Advice para mag-manage ka ng pera mo as an OFW. Seryoso to. Huwag ka nang magpadala. De joke lang.
Hi, my name is Jabel, and I would just like to say that coming here to the course really helps me gain confidence to take my exam, especially practicing with the equipment and materials. It feels like I'm at the OSCE Center taking my exam.
Unang-una nating advice at tip is know your goals. Anong ibig sabihin niyan? Well, ang tanong ko sa'yo, bakit ka ba nag-abroad? Gusto mo bang tulungan yung pamilya mo sa Pilipinas? Para ba sa sarili mo to? Gusto mo bang mag-ipon? Para sa future mo? Gusto mo bang magkabahay dito sa abroad o dito sa Pilipinas? So, pag-isipan mo muna. Kasi kung alam mo kung saan mo gustong makarating, ano yung goal mo, doon ka pa lang mag-uumpisa ng journey mo papunta doon sa goal na yun. Number 2, bago ang lahat, kailangan mo muna magkaroon ng emergency fund. Now, we have been doing webinars and lives for our Filipino community dito sa UK. And have had guests na experts in investing at kung saan-saan pang money matters, no? And lahat sila would say, bago ka magdagay ng pera mo kung saan man, dapat meron kang emergency money. Pera mo na pwede mong gamitin pag nagkaroon ng problema. Magkano yung dapat na emergency money? Ang ideal, whether 6 months to 1 year's salary, dapat meron ka. Para kung sakali may naging issue, may problema, meron ka kagad na may lalabas. Kasi yun nga, dapat lagi kang handa with your emergency fund. Ang susunod nating tip is go beyond just saving. Learn how to invest. Pero ang keyword natin dito is learn. Learn. Ibig sabihin, dapat inalam mo muna. When I said learn how to invest, pwede yan nasa property ka or sa index funds at marami pang iba. Pero please, bago ka tumalon sa ganyan, dapat alam mo na yung papasukin mo. Hindi yung nandun ka pa lang, doon mo lang inaaral.
Hello, titos and titas of UK. Nagpapadala ka ba sa Pilipinas? Pero nagbabayad ka pa ng fees at nagpupunta ka pa sa office o di kaya kailangan mo pang tumawag. Well, let me introduce you TapTapSend. TapTapSend is all in the app, napakadali lang, and wala ng fees. Yes, you heard me right. Wala ka nang babayaran pa. At mataas pa palitan. So, ang kagandahan niyan, pag ginamit niyo pa ang aming code, which is Pinoy UK, you get an extra 15 pounds on your first padala. Yes, you heard it right. 15 pounds, which is over 1,000 pesos na libre. Basta gamitin niyo lang ang aming code na Pinoy UK on your first padala with TapTapSend. So, ano pang hinihintay mo? Mag-tap-tap ka na.
The next tip ko is have a retirement plan. Nakamit ka naman ng tito o tita na nag-abroad tapos umuwi ng Pilipinas tapos hindi niya alam kung anong gagawin niya sa buhay niya and eventually nahirapan din sila. These are real scenarios, no, na pwedeng mangyari sa atin pag tayo galing sa abroad. Kasi isipin mo nga naman, pagkatapos mo mag-retire at least at the age of 65, no? Meron ka pang at least good 10, 15, 20, or even minsan 30 years na buhay ka pa. Tapos ano ba gagawin mo? So, prepare for your retirement, whether it's a pension or again, ibabalikan ko yung sinabi ko kanina, meron ka ng investment kasi hindi mo alam what the future holds. Retirement might not be the end game. Retirement might be just another journey. Yung susunod nating tip is diversify. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. What do I mean by that? Pag natuto ka na mag-invest, no, be good at one and then learn how to spread it across. Hindi yung isa lang. Now, bibigyan ko kayo ng tip. Pag hindi nyo alam kung ano yung investan nyo, then stick to what you know. Okay? Bakit? Kasi pag hindi mo alam kung ano yung ini-investan mo, madali lang mawala yung pera mo. And yun yung ayaw natin mangyari. Kasi pag yan nawala, mahirap minsan maibalik yung lalo na yung pinag-ipunan mo ng medyo matagal-tagal. Tip na to, be mindful of scams. Anong ibig sabihin? Now, alam mo yung mga too good to be true na bigyan mo ako ng pera, dodobling ko yung pera mo in a week or 2 weeks, then if it's too easy, then chances are you are being scammed. Alamin ninyo, intindihin ninyo, and only use reputable brokers or align yourselves with reputable people that would really take care of your money. Kasi hindi mo alam. Sa panahon ngayon, napakarami ng scams. May it be online, pwedeng budol sa tawag, or minsan face-to-face pa rin, meron pa rin yan. Pero be very mindful of this. Alamin niyo yung mga latest trends. Hindi lang trends na sayaw ang alam natin. Dapat trend din sa scamming. Kasi before you know it, na-scam ka na. And alam nyo ba, napakahirap na ma-scam kasi you feel victimized and you feel the shame. Ayaw mo nang magsalita. And when that so happens, lalo ka pang nalulugi. So make sure you are well aware of scams. Nakapag-subscribe, please hit that subscribe button and hit the bell button para alam nyo pag meron tayong bagong lapag dito sa Manong George. And kung gusto nyo ma-involve sa community natin sa UK, why not join our Facebook group, the Filipino UK Nurses Community? We are now 39,000 strong and we'd love to have you join us para kasali naman kayo sa ating pinaka-latest na usapan at kulitan din minsan. Now, with that, remember, anything UK, nursing, and Filipino living in the UK, always remember, Manong knows.
Manong knows best, put you